Hey, how you doing? This is Ted Lasso. I'm the new head coach of the Tottenham Hotspurs, and I'd like to talk to the Queen, please. My name's Ted Lasso. I'm new head coach for Tottenham Spurs. Been brought over here to implement my coaching style. Football is football no matter where you play it. You got grass, you got cleats, and you got helmets with masks on them. Football in the States is my specialty, but they have a different kind of football over here.
Kick it! Circle them up, have them put on their pads, and let's start playing for real. They're wearing their pads, Coach.
There's a lot of small similarities. A team I coach, they're gonna play hard for all 4 quarters, okay?
2 halves.
What's that?
2 halves.
Okay, halves. We're gonna play hard for 2 halves. And we're gonna play till there's a winner and there's a loser. What's that?
A tie.
Okay, till there's a winner, a loser, or a tie. You can tie. If you tried to end a game in a tie in the United States, heck, that might be listed in Revelations as the cause for the apocalypse. Yeah, do we have any goals this season? Absolutely. We're gonna win a lot of games. We're gonna get in the playoffs.
No playoffs.
There's no playoffs. Again, my job just got a lot easier. Ties and no playoffs. Why do you even do this?
This might be considered an extreme, but in all honesty, this isn't that far from the truth. One of the big problems with the state of soccer in the U.S. is the involvement in the country. In 2012, there's only 7.8% of the population participating in soccer, accompanied by 9,000 clubs, which staggers in comparison to Germany's 20% of the population and 26,000 clubs. So why is U.S. soccer so far behind the rest of the world? This didn't become very noticeable until recently, when the U.S. men's national team failed to make the World Cup for the first time since 1986. Their failure is being considered one of the worst losses in U.S. sports history. Considering countries like Iceland and Panama, countries with much smaller populations, made the World Cup, shows a clear problem with the U.S. system. Nancy R. Moore, a USA Sports Today analyst, says this problem stems from the U.S. development process. With access to so many players, they should be able to get a positive result, but for some reason they can't. In a study about comparing U.S. soccer against a global model for integrated development, they addressed this problem. The U.S. soccer development is challenged by participation costs, competing soccer organizations, and a developmental model focused heavily toward a 5-month collegiate soccer season. Talent is normally found in traditional locales like in favelas of Brazil, the barrios of Argentina, and the working-class streets of South London. But the U.S. has more to do with who has the money to enter the sport. The study was also able to create a model for analyzing and comparing national elite sports systems. The model analyzes 7 main elements and is shown to be a framework of program analysis that is not culturally bound and based off a 5-point Likert scale. The main elements were talent identification and development, advanced athlete support, training centers, competition systems, intellectual services, partnerships with supporting agencies, and balanced and integrated funding and structures of mass and elite sport. The highest rating the U.S. soccer received was a 3.1, and they averaged a score of 2.8. These numbers are far from positive. Because of this, players like Christian Pulisic are looking overseas to continue their soccer careers. The teams in the MLS just weren't good enough for him, so Christian took his talents to Germany to play for Dortmund. He surprised everyone that a player of this caliber could come from the U.S.
Christian Pulisic?
Is he the young player for Dortmund? Yeah, I play with him on FIFA quite a lot because he's good. But yeah, I like him.
Do you know where he's from?
Germany.
He's from the US.
Oh, no, yeah. Is he?
I had my doubts, I think, like anybody. I'm gonna leave my friends, my family, all of this behind, this great life that I've had for the past 15 years in the US. It's still, to this day, the most difficult decision I've made in my life.
Christian ultimately chose Borussia Dortmund, a German club renowned for scouting elite young prospects from around the world and developing them into stars.
I think after hearing about the academy and just looking at the offer that they gave me, it told me about the coaching staffs and players. It was just an offer I couldn't refuse at all.
So how do we keep our players in the U.S.? Analysts say that for the national team, it is time to completely clean house. Out with the old and in with the new. The team has been moving in the wrong direction for some time, so this is the only foreseeable way to remedy this. In terms of development, some progress has already been made. The MLS created the Homegrown Player Initiative, which was a big step in creating a system similar to those around the world. It is a system where clubs set up academies for long-term athlete development. But the US still has a long way to go if it wants to become a top competitor with the rest of the world.